I'm here with the legendary Doc Waldron, Bayonne legend. 37 years you're a chiropractor.
37 and counting.
And you don't, and you look like you're 47, so you started at 10. Is that correct? Not exactly.
Not quite.
But Doc was my first chiropractor ever. When I had the back problem playing high school, and you were the first guy.
Yeah.
And back then, chiropractic wasn't like mainstream yet.
No, it was still building up. It's still getting more and more popular.
Yeah.
But, it's finally come into its own. So we're doing okay with it.
And since then, tell a little bit, real brief about you, your designations, your accolades, and don't be modest.
Well, let's see. I guess I'll start. I got my undergraduate degree in nutrition and fitness at Seton Hall University. Then I went on to get my doctorate at Life University in Atlanta, Georgia. I got attachments in metabolic nutrition and X-ray analysis, and also physical examination. I'm also a diplomat in the National Board of Chiropractic Examiners. That and $1 get you a cup of coffee.
So you got some impressive designations.
Well, a couple.
Besides that, you're a insane researcher.
Insane. big research, big alternative medicine researcher. Yes. Yeah.
So about 8 years ago, you had a little heart challenge.
Yeah.
You didn't know you were in great shape. You were always
I was eating the right way. I'm
built...
eating the way they told me to eat, and working out every day. Feeling pretty good. And
you used to compete, right? Bodybuilding.
I was a bodybuilder for several years, about 20 years. I was runner-up in the Mr. America twice, and took third place in the nationals.
Crazy.
Never quite made it to the big time, but got close. So it was fun.
So you have a heart issue.
And on the treadmill, I started feeling pain in my heart. Of course, I felt that I was. It couldn't have been a heart attack. It must be something else. So, and the pain continued on for about 5 days. And at that point, I was in so much pain that I couldn't even function. So, I got myself to a hospital. They sent me in. The guy did an EKG on me, and he asked me how long I had this pain for. I said, well, 5 days. He goes, you're having a 5-day heart attack. We got to fix it.
With that, you do a lot of research on nitric oxide.
Of course,
yes. It's a conversation that we'll lead to, because this is where I just recently got this education. Mm-hmm. But in 1998, guy wins a Nobel Prize for the study of nitric oxide.
It's the medical find of the medical discovery of the century.
Right.
Yeah.
And he wrote a book, says you can reverse heart disease with nitric oxide, and by the way, dozens of other things. So you discovered that a while ago.
Yeah.
In fact, right around the time we have the heart issue.
It was all about not only the right nutrition, but the right supplementation. The food that we have these days that has very little nutrition in it. So, you can eat as good as you possibly can and still be deficient in certain nutrients.
Pesticides, right? The environment is different than it was 100 years ago.
It's all about inflammation, and there's a lot of things in this world that create inflammation, and that's where we develop these metabolic diseases like heart disease, and the best thing you can do for it is find the right supplements. Which is sometimes very difficult to find. But if you do the right research, like I feel I've done, you discover things like ProArgi-9. First of course you research what it is and what it does, and it's the components in it are synergized to actually create this biochemical reaction in the body that actually will reverse heart dysfunction and cardiovascular problems.
That's crazy, because this is, again, 21 years ago, a Nobel Prize was won on a subject, and nitric oxide is good for so many. I used to think it was only good as a pre-workout. You pop it in, you get a little pump.
Right, yeah, but that's what it came out like that. It first came out, nitric oxide was basically something that a guy in the gym who liked to work out would get to increase his energy in the gym and increase the muscle reaction to the workout.
But then you read the scientific research papers that we talk about, that you're on PubMed all the time looking at these stuff. There's over 200,000 research papers on the
documenting
benefits.
the efficacy of this product,
That's
which
crazy.
is amazing because these PubMed.gov is one of the places where you get all peer-reviewed medical documentaries, and it's very difficult to get an article on PubMed because they peer review each and every article. So when you write a research paper and you want it documented, you have to submit it to a place like the United States National Library of Medicine, which is what PubMed.gov is.
Interesting.
They, in turn, will take your paper or your research article, and they will give it to their own researchers to make sure that you know what you're talking about, and they'll basically prove the article to be
Reputable.
to be credible.
Right. So now, if you went on, because I did this, if you go on PubMed.gov and you type in nitric oxide, about 120,000 scientific papers come up.
Right. It's
L-arginine, the NEAN, or however you say it, NEAN9.
right. Exactly.
Another 160,000. So it's
And
it's all there.
everything up there is proving that this product does what it says it does, and it's I mean the benefits for cardiac health is amazing, but there are other benefits that you can talk about forever. I mean, you know, it decreases inflammation. Inflammation is one of the reasons why our nation is sick as we are. Everything is toxic to us. I mean, even the foods we eat will increase an inflammatory reaction, and if you increase that inflammatory reaction enough, you're going to get sick from it. You're going to start to get mitochondrial dysfunction, and that's going to cause free radicals to override the cell structures, and they're not going to be able to do their job, and as a result, we get these crazy diseases that are life-threatening. And there's a way we can reverse this, but we have to know what supplements to take, and ProArgi-9 is to me, it's the number one supplement for not only cardiac disease, but for all metabolic disease.
You said something interesting, because you're doing this 37 years. You've probably been pitched how many times with products?
Absolutely.
Hundreds?
Many.
Maybe
Yeah.
1,000.
Many.
And of those percentage, how many of them are you actually impressed with?
Very few.
Very few.
Very few.
Very few. So, amazingly, this is a crazy story, because when I got introduced to this, one of the first persons I thought of was you, and I sent you an email. And because Doc's not, he's a great chiropractor and he's a great nutritionist, but with the computer, he's a couple of days slow. So he did not check his email. I go to Susan's house. Susan's a mutual friend. I show Susan this, and she goes, "Wait a second, hold on." And she pulls out her phone, and there was a text from you 5 months ago recommending her to take this. And I'm like, "What the hell's going on? How does she know about this?" I'm thinking and I call you up, and you said
I didn't even know
5 years.
I didn't even know about the program they have, but I tell you what, I was
5 years you've been taking it.
I've been highly recommending this to all my patients.
And then you,
Pretty
without
much,
getting a monetary benefit.
And as I would learn more and more about it, I mean, it started out I would recommend it to my cardiovascular patients, and that was it. But as I researched more into it and found out that this is not only good for cardiovascular disease, but good for all metabolic and mitochondrial driven diseases, I started recommending it to everyone who had metabolic disease. I mean, and it's an amazing supplement. It does what it says it's supposed to do, which
and then
is
you said something
rare.
Key, where you said, because patients come in, they have a limited budget. So if they had to choose just one supplement,
that would be it. I said
would be the one
if you
to
could
take.
only get one supplement over any vitamin, any mineral, anything, it would be ProArgi-9. That's the one I would want them to
And
get.
you're talking like this little packet. It's if you buy the jumbo, you get a little discount. It amounts to a little over $1 per serving.
Right.
So some people take one, some people take two. If they have an issue, we may recommend 3 to 4.
Exactly.
So we're talking anywhere between $1.14 to maybe tops $3-4 a day for
Less
the
than a cup of
crazy
coffee.
benefits.
Less than a cup of coffee, you can bulletproof your health with
I
this
mean,
stuff.
and then,
It's really amazing.
and the simplicity of it. You don't need a We don't need a bullet mixer, you know, because a lot of stuff is too thick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, we throw this, put this in the water, you know, pours right in, and we're done. And we shake it up in an instant.
Shake it, string it down, and you're good to go.
And it's not even like the thing that I like about it is, you know, like that's it, and it's mixed.
Yeah.
And it's done, and it's there. So I'm drinking. It's not him.
A bottle of pure energy is what it is. It's amazing benefits. It truly is.
Yeah. So wanted to wrap it up. Appreciate it, Doc. Appreciate you
problem.
giving your insight.
Pleasure, Bob.
Dr. Waldron, tell about your practice. Where you got a couple.
I got one in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey, and the other one's in here in Bayonne, New Jersey. And you know, we're here all the time, myself and my associates. And
Hours in Bayonne are Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I'm Tuesdays and Thursdays in Bayonne. My other associates here the rest of the week, and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in Point Pleasant Beach. So,
Awesome.
And anytime you want to call us, call me, give me a call. I'm available on the phone.
I'll put your number up. I'll put your website. I'll put your link.
That'd be great.
Awesome.
That'd be great.
Good
Awesome.
stuff. Thanks again, Doc.
Thanks, pal.
Good to see you.
Appreciate it.